Planning your virtual training can be a little bit stressful sometimes, but if you stick with me, I'm gonna show you my easy way to figure out my planning, my production, and even to make my workflow really seamless. What I typically do is I use an Excel spreadsheet. I know, I love Excel spreadsheets, to plan out and to track my progress on every single component of my virtual training. So instead of just telling you what I do, I'm gonna hop on over to a screen share and I will show you. Depending on the structure of your virtual training, you will open up this template that I've provided. So go ahead and hit pause if you haven't downloaded it already. Okay, so you're back and you have to remember, what is your structure? Are you following a sessions kind of structure or are you doing modules? And if you remember, the sessions are for webinars, podcasts, and virtual classes, whereas the modules are better suited for e-learning, like an online course. So let's start with the sessions planner. You'll see two tabs here. This is the sessions planner. And what I've done is I've created an example, and there are headings here. So I want you to plug in those main teachings that you have for every single one of your milestones. You remember that structure? So the structure for a session is going to always be the hook, your 4 milestones, and the closure. I gave you an example here. So the hook is going to be the greatest story ever told. This is a session about storytelling. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 milestones. So the learners need to explore delivery styles, explore the relationship between, apply, evaluate, and then I have an overview and reflection. In here, where it says main teachings, you're going to plug in those main teachings for each one of these milestones. Then after you've done the main teachings, I want you to think of an activity, because remember, every session has the milestone and every milestone should have an activity. So you think of an activity, call it whatever you want. This one is just a story. This activity here is a case study. This one is a quiz. This one is a think, pair, share, or think, create, pair, share, excuse me. This one is a share out, a competition, and this one is another share out. So then here's where things get fun. I want you to look at the activity delivery style. So if you wanted, you could kind of close out this one, because this one is just helping you to figure out the activity. So now you look at your activity delivery style. So when you click here, you can type in, is it an audio? Maybe it's just an audio recording that you're sharing for this activity. In this case, if I'm telling a story or I have my grandfather's story audio recorded, then I might play that clip in the virtual training. In this case, for the Fresh Prince, I'm going to play a video to highlight his case. For this one, I'm going to play a game. I'll probably do this on quizzes. The next one, think, create, pair, share. I'm going to be using a video conferencing platform. So all I need that the learners will be able to do is to screen share. Again, with the competition, all I'll need is for the learners to be able to screen share. And for that last one, share out, the learners need to be able to screen share. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go through your workflow process. So for the greatest story ever told, maybe I have a slide that's connected in my PowerPoint to this. When you are working on it, you just hit done after you're finished. If there's no slide, for example, you just click down the box. So I've made these really easy and clickable for you. And I like to do something called batching. And what do I mean by batching? So instead of going through each line here like this, I actually go through columns. So I do everything that's related to a slide first. I go on to the next milestone. This one, this activity, the Fresh Prince Kids case study, I have a slide introducing that, and then I make that it's done. So I've done all of my slides here. And if you can see here, in this storytelling competition, there is no slide associated with it, which is why there's the little dash there. Then I'll look at the audio. Do I need audio for this activity? Remember, all of these things are related to your activity. So do I need audio? Well, I only need audio for the greatest story ever told. So have I finished the audio recording or have I linked it or some way? Yes, then it's done. The rest of them don't require audio. When it comes to video, okay, am I using a video for any of these activities? Is the video done? I'm only using video for the Fresh Prince case study. What about an infographic? Well, with the infographic, I am going to include this right before the activity on the Fresh Prince quiz, because I'm going to quiz them on the infographic. So I need to create that. I've created it, I hit done. And then what about the game? Well, the Fresh Prince quiz, I definitely am going to use a game. So I need to go ahead and create that game on the chosen platform. And when I'm finished, I hit done. And then on this think, create, pair, share, what goes with this is going to be a hyperdoc, which is again an ILG interactive learning guide. After I've created that, I hit done. And then over on this column, I'm going to press any notes that I have. So for example, for the Fresh Prince case study, since I'm using a video, I'm going to include the link to the video I will use. For the game, I'm going to use quizzes, so I've included a link to the game I will use. And then I might include any other information that would help me facilitate these activities. So for example, in the think, create, pair, share, here's what I know. I know that I'm gonna need my learners to be in small groups, in pairs. So I'm going to have to create some kind of small group meeting rooms. So those are called breakouts. I know that I want all of them to be able to annotate whatever's on the screen. I know I want them to have their cameras on. I know I want them all to be able to speak, so I have a note to myself for unmute all and screen share for all. These are settings for me as the facilitator who's the host on the video conferencing platform. And then the same thing will go for the share out, the storytelling competition. And then I just have a note for myself for that last one. I only need them to annotate and to be able to speak. I don't need them to be on camera. So that's it for the sessions planner. Let's look at modules. If you were doing a module, it's very similar setup. The only thing is that you might have a little bit more steps. So let's go ahead and look at that. And again, I've included an example in the beginning here, but let's look at a blank one. Remember that your module is going to be your hook, then your closure at the end, and then your milestones and things in your lessons that are going to be in between. So these are all videos. Every single lesson is going to be a video. So let's look at this one. Let's look at the virtual training 101 module that we did. So I have your hook, I have myths and misconceptions, types of virtual training, and all I do is I just put in the names of the lessons that I'm going to do, the names of the videos. And then I'm going to move over to the next column, and this one is video style. So remember that we have 4 video styles, and what I've done, I've made it really easy, and you can just click on the video style that you want. So if you remember, it's really great for us to have that first video be face to camera, that last video be face to camera, and then you can fill them in for the rest. Maybe I'll do a slide pack here, screen share here, screen share, and slide pack here. And then the next one, you might be able to hide this column if you are just working on your training by yourself. But let's say I'm working with a team, then I want to assign it to someone. You can definitely type in someone's name. But if it's just you, I would recommend that you click on this column, then right click and hide. So now the next thing you need to work on are your talking points. This is like your brief outline or your brief script. So are the talking points for the hook done? Yes. So you just do like you did in the last one. If it's done, if it doesn't apply, then you just hit this one. And what you'll see is that automatically down here, all of these are blank. So they're there for you to fill in. Then I want you to do slide pack. Maybe you have a PowerPoint slide pack that you need to do. Well, for a face-to-camera video, I don't need a slide pack. For a slide pack video, I definitely need one. So I don't need it for the screen share, so that's why it's blank here, and I don't need it again for the face-to-camera. But when I'm finished, I click done. Then the next thing, now you're doing your videos. You're ready to film. So this is your workflow. So now you look at it and you say, okay, did I film the video for the hook, the myths, the this, the that? And what I like to do is I like to spend one day filming all of my videos all together in one day. And that really helps me to just focus on the filming, and I'm not really focused on anything else. So I would recommend this to you as well. So I do all my filming in one day. Then maybe the next day, what I do is I do all my editing of my videos. So now you go through each video and you click whether it's done or not. Then after this, I need to upload my video to YouTube or whatever video hosting service you're using, whether that be Vimeo, YouTube, or even Microsoft Stream. Have I uploaded each of these edited videos? Yes. Then the next thing I might need to do is embed the video in my website or share the video however you want. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to go through and see if there are any worksheets that need to be done. Here, what I'm looking at is on these lessons, are there worksheets attached to it? If so, have I created them? And then the next thing and final thing is, have I embedded the worksheet in my website or my learning management system? It seems like a lot, but I promise you this is a really great way for you to learn how to batch your content creation, for you to really plan, and for you to really have an idea of a great workflow process that you can use to be more productive. So that's what I do. That's how I plan. What I want you to do is I want you, if you haven't already, go ahead and download the template. I've already attached it to this lesson. Download that template and get to planning your virtual training offer. And I guarantee you it's going to take shape and you will feel so much better about it. See you in the next one.